Welcome back to another video. Stock today, Green Battery Minerals Inc. It's on the TSX, ticker code GEM. Market cap 733 million. That's Canadian, so maybe around 8 million Australian dollars. Depends where you, and then US. I don't know what that converts to. It's Canadian dollars. So the cash is $2.8 million Canadian. That's from me calling up the company the other day. So the market cap's at Neighbor Mason Graphite, 70 million Canadian. Other comparisons, MLS on the ASX, 60 million with a 1.5 million contained graphite. So they're not quite up with MLS's yet, but they've only done 4 drill seasons. Drill season might cost about $1.5 million. And they've uncovered that much, so spending a bit more drilling, they can uncover more, probably easily get up to where MLS is if you look later at the map of how much they drilled and how much more they can drill. So obviously Mason Graphite has done all the work, as in does it go into the battery, etc. They've spent all that money. It's the same deposit as Mason Graphite, just split down the middle, and GEM, Green Battery Minerals, owns half. CapEx 2018 was about 120 million. I think it's up near 200 million now, just with inflation or something like that. Not quite sure. They're 80% large flake, which means that sells for like $2,000 compared to the $1,000 for not large flake, etc. Grade 15% plus. Like some places, they get drill cores of like 50% graphite. Near surface, so we'll do a comparison with, so this is a neighbor here, Mason Graphite, average grade 17%, so it's the same deposit, so they're going to have pretty much 17% as well. They've done a lot more drilling, obviously, 66 million tons, 70% for 11.2. Mason Graphite has Green Battery Mills has 0.5 with 4 drill seasons, so obviously you're going to drill more, and they'll get that to 1.5, which is enough for a 25-year mine life at 50,000 tons a year, which could mean the EBITDA similar to, so once they get to that amount, they'll have the similar figures to MLS on the ASX. So 40-year mine life. That's it. How many tons? So they're doing more tons per annum. A lot of these stocks have these big startups, but a lot of the stocks now are just doing a small startup first, so they'll spend 30 million, have a higher OPEX, but still be making money while they're waiting for electric vehicles to ramp up. So they got slightly worse grade. So you can buy the company now for, this roughly what might happen. Buy the company, $7 million. They're going to have to raise $200 million somehow. Anyway, and then they make 50 million a year, say that, 50 million a year. And the MPV, 160 million. So they don't have to raise whatever the amount is straight away, they can do it smaller, as I said before. It's in Quebec hydropower, so we'll probably see similar things to this. This is a $60 million stock, so let's go to Green Battery Minerals Inc., Mason Graphite. There's plenty of videos to watch on these guys. If you just go to news, they're not well covered. You can ring them up in Quebec, it doesn't cost a lot of money from Australia. So probably watch this video here. Give you a good idea of what's happening. Company, investors. Foliating to process the end of natural large flake graphite. Price of natural large flake graphite, 2,000 ton. So there's like 80% large flake. Infrastructure, dams, road access, ports, railway. 4 very successful drill programs. So only 4 drill programs to get that amount. Outcrops. So outcrops means the graphite's coming out of the ground. The offtake agreement, carbon 6. So that's graphite there. Probably around 2030, yep. So if all the mines that are sitting there waiting to come on in 2030, they're not going to have enough for what they think will happen. So there'll be ups and downs, shortfalls along the way. If there is a shortfall in graphite, now the price, even though they're not near production, the prices, people just think, oh wow, graphite, they pay a lot for the share. So that's probably when I'd be selling, buying when nothing's happening. They're suspecting shortfall the end of this year, but I know China's slowing down, so see what happens. Anyway, 7 million. It's going up a bit the last few days, 5 days. What else can I say? Mason Graphite, you can check out their site, it's a neighbor. Sorry, I'll show you some more stuff here. So they drilled another zone 6. So now we have 2 potential huge resources of graphite. So the graphite's there, they just have to drill, find exactly where it is. That's my opinion. Yeah, so there's the $70 million Mason Graphite, and there's Berkwood there. So I think Mason Graphite's got more in one place, but they have Zone 1, which I think most of that tonnage has come from Zone 1, and then Zone 6, it looks bigger on this other picture that I can't find right now. Projects. Maybe it's in this screen. So 17% grade, indicated, inferred, 16%. So pretty much the same as Mason Graphite, as you would think. This might show the picture I'm looking for. Anyway, if you watch the videos inside, it shows a lot as well. So high grade location. It's in Quebec, not in Africa. The Manic 5 hydro power dam. Ports already there. So that's, I think, Zone 1. All 44 drill holes intersected graphite. So selling price, so I think their cost is $500, they sell it for $1,500. This is $1,000 profit each thing. Times 50,000 tons a year is $50 million a year. And if graphite, like lithium, had a small price like this, didn't look so good, and then some reason we went short of lithium, and people were paying double the amount. So if that happens, then there's just upside. And that's probably when you should sell if you think it's high. So Jumbo Flake 50%. So the large and jumbo makes up 80% of their thing, which has got the best margins. So that's important as well. So this is outcropping. Some of these things, they didn't drill them, they just scratched across the surface, I think, to get the results. Like this thing, they somehow grinded it up and then tested that or something like that. So it's right at the surface, under the snow, whatever. Anyway, I'll leave it at that. So natural flake graphite, 2,000 a ton. Spherical graphite, 3,000 a ton. But maybe you need 2 tons of graphite to make 1 ton of spherical graphite, or maybe 1.5 tons. Anyway, there's a bit of loss when you're making spherical graphite because you're grinding the graphite into balls. So the stuff that's not in the ball is lost. And just leave it as that. So compare this against the other characters. Some guy said Eagle, Graphite. He thought the company I was talking about was them. They looked alright, but they got really low grade at 2%. But they did have a good thingy on here. So they don't have much resource, and it's a 2%. Otherwise, I probably would have jumped on it. And they got railway systems to the Nevada plant. Investors, here it was, Invest Center. Sorry, really slow video, but yeah, not many tons here, so indicated it's like a 4-year mine life of 50,000 tons. But they can upgrade this, though it's really low grade, only 2% grade compared to battery minerals 17% grade. I think there's another thing that showed you other companies on here. Maybe it was in here. 1 second. It showed you all the graphite companies. So battery minerals, Green Battery Minerals Inc. isn't even in this. So they're right next to them with a better project. These ones, I think in Africa. Yeah, Africa. Laminco's in Quebec as well. And they're 21 million, so they got a similar project to Green Battery Minerals Inc. GEM, but they're 3 times the price, and I think the cash is about the same. So you can buy them, or you can get Green Battery Minerals Inc. for a third the price, who probably got a better resource in my opinion. So I'll leave the video at that, and tell me what you think.